Hi everybody, this is Ken from Ananda Bell. I just wanted to go over a few points about the use of these emergency radios that some of us are getting. This is one of several tools in your tool belt for emergency communications here at Ananda Village. Uh, the first thing I want you to remember is to keep it turned on. Keep it in the charger so it's being charged. You should have a green light if it's fully charged, and that charge will last 2 or 3 days if the power goes out. Turn the volume up. The volume button is at the top when you first turn it on.
Channel mode.
That's what you'll hear. Just turn it on and leave it on. The only time we intend to use channel 1, which is our emergency channel, is either during a test of the broadcasting system or during a real emergency. And then is when you really want to hear it. We've moved the property services and security channel to channel 8. It is on most of your radios, but you don't need to use that. That is what they'll be using for day-to-day, daily, normal communications. So channel 1 is your emergency channel. Note, we'll be running a test sometime this week, so be prepared. What you'll hear is you'll hear a series of 2 or 3 tones. Do, do, do. Ramesha, forgive me for not being on key there. The tones are much better and much more, actually they're much more obnoxious, which is what the way we want them to be because we want you to be able to hear them. Once those tones come up, remember that's going to be followed by some sort of emergency communications message. Hopefully, the message you'll hear this week is, this is a test of the Ananda Village Emergency Broadcast System. Please respond accordingly. And what we may ask you to do is call 511 on your landline and check in and say, this is Kent, I received the radio message, all is good. Or you may just end up responding by with the radio. In which case, if you're going to talk on the radio, first listen to make sure nobody else is talking, and then you press the push to talk button on the side, and then you say, this is Kent with a radio check.
A little scratchy at village office, but I did hear you. Over and out.
And that was Gopal responding over somebody else who was also responding and not listening. So anyway, that's a good example of what to do and what to not to do. You'll notice that there are 2 bands. A top band is band A and the bottom band is band B. To change bands, you would hit the AB button. For emergency purposes, if that's all you're using this radio for, leave it on band A and channel 1. Because that's your emergency. Hopefully you'll hear very, very little traffic on that other than a radio check or a test. If you need to use it for property services or to communicate with somebody in security or something, you can change channels by using these little arrow keys right here, and that'll change it.
3, 2.
See, it changes it back to different channels. So that's pretty much it. Channel 1 is for village emergency. Channel 2 we will use mostly during springtime at Ananda over at the Crystal Hermitage. Channel 3 is for property services and security. And channel 16 is used sometimes by property services or other people for local use. So if you have any questions, give me a call or send me an email. You know my email address is on the Ananda Library. My phone is listed in the phone list, so I'm readily available. Or you can always call Rick or Gopal, Rick at Ananda Bell or Gopal at the village office. Just be ready this week for an emergency test and be ready to respond. Joy to you.